Hey, you guys, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Zamora Love, and today I am joined by Princess Booty Shorts.
Hi, hi, hi.
This podcast is a peek into the smoke session of two opinionated Chicago drag queens, and sometimes a friend or two may join.
We cover a vast array of topics and give our opinions on interesting Reddit stories and crazy internet stories we may come across. Again, our opinion.
And if you know anything about drag queens and our mouths, they can be very filthy, even dirtier than a sailor. We are all adults here, so put the kids away. You have been warned.
So buckle up, roll up,
Then spark up and pour up, because baby, this is Two Queens, One Blunt.
Two queens, one blunt. Two queens, one blunt. Two queens, one blunt. Two queens, one blunt. You better spark it up with two queens and a blunt. Two queens, one blunt. Two queens, one blunt. Two queens, one blunt. Two queens, one blunt. You better spark it up with two queens and a blunt.
Love the intro.
Yeah, very much. I like the script. We're
See?
back on script, y'all.
We're scripted. Talk about we'll never be scripted. Well, bitch, I told you we will.
She did.
Anyway, Princess, how are you?
You know, she's here. We were supposed to have a gig today, but that ended up getting canceled.
No shade. I'm so happy it got canceled.
I know you are, but I carried all my shit around for the past 2 days, and I was exhausted when I got home. I passed out immediately.
Well, a nap does the body good.
You're right. How are you?
I'm doing great. I had a very fun and active week. She did a lot of drag. Mikey had his birthday celebration on yesterday. So we were out in the streets, lit boots, dancing the night away. Gagged that I was actually in.
Oh.
Know that I went in there ready for whatever. But, yeah, I was literally with one of Mikey's friends, Jereus, and we were on the dance floor. And the DJ was fucking it up, and we was living. And I was just like, girl, not I am on the dance floor at 2 o'clock in the morning, dancing the night away. Like I don't be in the clubs for a living.
You know what happens? Like, occasions will make you do that. Special occasions will make you do that.
She had a time, and it was a good one. I even walked around by myself. There was a point in time, because, I'm at this era in my life where I'm very comfortable with doing things by myself. Mm-hmm. And for example, you guys know I did Valentine's Day this year by myself. So I'm comfortable. I've gone to movies by myself, all those things. So I'm comfortable with doing stuff by myself. So we were in the club, and there was just a moment where I was like, all right, I'm not feeling this. First of all, it's hot as hell. They're playing some bullshit I don't want to hear. And that's because we were in the back.
The front
And I
has
was like, you
different
know
music.
what? I said, everybody is living and having their time. I'm walking my ass over to the front.
Period.
And I walked over to the front, and she ordered herself a couple drinks, and I was just throwing it, dancing by myself, having a time. And then they eventually came over there, too. And I was like, see, I tried to tell you I was more lit over here.
The girls who know.
Okay, but yeah, overall, I had a really good week. As I was getting ready for drag, or not for drag, for the podcast today, I was watching the Drag Isn't Dangerous telethon that's going on. Mm-hmm. And it just brought back so much nostalgia to, and I mean, of course, these aren't great moments in life, but whenever telethons would happen back in the day, and people would gather around and watch the telethons.
All day.
When is the last time that we had a telethon?
Back in the 2000s, I think, actually.
Yeah, like a really long time. The last one that I can actively remember is Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
When Kanye West got on the screen acting crazy. George W. Bush hates black people.
And now we don't claim him, so.
That was iconic. Also, she's not rocking it, but still shout out to Hailey Bieber for stealing black culture and claiming it as yours, or brown people culture, because you gotta never forget Latinx girls, boys who dabble in makeup, who have always done the lip liner and the lip gloss. Today I said, I'm feeling a little Beyonce-esque. You know, the tour is about to start soon. So I had to flash back to a little flawless moment and rock the flannel, give you a little, dark lip. Can you see the yellow in my eye?
I do. I just noticed it. I was like, oh, that's cut.
I was going to say, I wonder if it shows up on the camera. But the eyelids are yellow. She wanted to do something different with the makeup today, and she's feeling it.
We like it.
Thank you. But I mentioned the telethon. I'm also going to share a link to it. We're probably going to do a quick little teaser or just to help promote that tomorrow, just releasing it early before the podcast comes out, because this is Sunday that they're doing it, and they're getting the money for today and tomorrow.
Okay.
So by the time the podcast comes out, it'll be out. Or it'll be over. But I'm going to list them below, and then we're going to share them on our social media, so that way you guys can definitely send some love their way and some support, because drag is not dangerous and drag is not a crime. And if you are one of those lovely heterosexual women who love to come to gay spaces and enjoy drag brunches and drink the mimosas and watch all the fabulous gay shit happening, you should be one of the front line fighters to protect and defend drag queens and our trans and non-binary community right now. So just because you are not gay does not mean you cannot be an ally. So don't forget, be an ally, bitch.
Be a fucking ally.
All right. Are you ready for the question of the day?
I am. I've been wondering what it was.
All right.
Oh, God.
Question of the day. Is it normal to pee in the shower? Not you're really puzzled.
I don't know how to answer this question.
Do you pee in the shower?
Like on a rare occasion, but I don't like to. Like, I'd much rather pee and then go take a shower.
Okay.
I think, a lot of times if I'm, drunk, I'm like, I'm going to be taking a shower.
Not you're taking showers drunk.
How do you not take showers when you're drunk?
No.
Why?
Because I typically take the shower before I get drunk.
Well, what if you're, out, you're in drag, you come
Bitch,
home.
I'm drunk. I come home and pass out.
This is very much true. This is very much true. I forgot who I was talking to.
Bitch, I'm drunk. I literally come home, stumble out of my clothes at the front door, and fall into my bed, and I'm knocked out. That's it. That's all.
Screaming.
So you don't normally do it, but you're not opposed to doing it?
Yes. How about you?
I don't pee in the shower. I used to pee in the shower. I don't have a problem with peeing in the shower. This is the thing, though. Don't be one of those people who are peeing in the shower and you let the pee,
puddle,
be where people stand at.
That's nasty.
If you're going to pee in the shower, you need to pee directly into the drain.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
Oh, wait. Let me unplug this because I forgot we're not using the TV and my computer is freaking out right now. What the hell is going on?
What the hell is going on
between the sheets up in my home?
Baby, explain before you start to point your cape.
Why did I just sing that at Sophia's house the other day when I was hanging out with Mikey and Sophia? I hit that whole thing all the way down to, oh, wow, he who should not be named, but Anyway, now that we have gotten our question of the day out of the way, should we get into our topic of the day?
Yeah.
So we're going to do our topic of the day, and then we're going to do a little smoke session so that way we can get a little high. But topic of the day today is Mother's Day and mothers. So we are talking all thing mothers. Yeah, when this episode comes out, it will be a couple days before Mother's Day. So perfect time to do it.
I agree, 100%.
With that being said, what is your fondest, earliest memory of your mom?
Oh.
I know. We're catching you off guard right there.
Oh my gosh, you said fondest, earliest memory.
Yes, earliest memory, not a recent one. One of your fondest, earliest memories. If you need a moment to think, I can go because I know mine.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me think.
So back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But back then, my family used to go to Wisconsin Dells all the time. And when we would drive to Wisconsin Dells, I have very fond memories of my mom always listening to Soul to Soul, Back to Life, on repeat. Mm-hmm. and jamming all the way to Wisconsin Dells, bumping it on repeat and just singing it. Because back in the day, it wasn't like CDs and stuff like that. It was the cassette. So literally she would play it, take it out, or rewind it, put it back in. It was very much a moment. And that is my fondest memory of my mother, is watching her drive and listening to her favorite song.
Okay, similarly, I was like, my mom used to have, like, later in the day when we had, like, those big-ass binders with all the CDs in there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my mom would go through them all, and we would listen to the music. So, like, we would listen to, like, Missy Elliott's, like, fucking CDs and Aaliyah's CDs, and we would just sit there and listen to music while chilling in the house, doing whatever we needed to do. And I'm like, oh,
So sweet.
so sweet.
Do you think that you take after your mom?
Yes. Yes, I do.
In what ways?
I feel like so you know how throughout the years, like the decade, we've had several people that come and lived with us,
Mhm.
and that's one of the ways where like people are in trouble, and I'm like, okay, well, here's help.
Yeah.
My mom's very kind. She's very generous. She's very giving, and she's such a good soul. I love my mom so much.
I love your mom too. We love you, Mama Wendy. For me, I definitely think I take after my mom, and it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Explain.
Also, wait a minute. If y'all are hearing like a little fan noise, bitch, it's hot. And I needed the fan on because these lights make a bitch hot, and I'm in drag. And anytime I'm in drag, I'm hot. And I need a fan. So I literally have a fan sitting right here. The sun. It's also a thunderstorm going on outside right
That's
now.
what I was about to say. I got caught in it. My hair's wet.
Okay. Oh, fuck. What was I saying?
You're like your mom.
Do I take after my mom? Yeah. I definitely think that I do, in the way which, I mean, it's not my favorite quality of hers. Sorry, Mom. But the way that my mom is like very much so, it's not like a negative controlling, but my mom has to be the one calling the shots when it comes to like planning things or doing things. She has to be the one that organized it. She has to be the one that...
A sense of control makes her feel comfortable.
Sure.
Bad.
I don't want to,
Dive deeper.
diagnose anybody with anything or anything like that. I just know that I don't like other people doing things and being in control of things. I always have to do it. I'm very much so I'd rather do it myself so it's done right than to have somebody else do it and let me down. And I think that I get that from my mom. And it's crazy because she's aware of that as one of her not so great traits. Mm-hmm. And she literally says all the time how she needs to start being, more open to accepting help from other people, i.e., and I'm not saying help like in the sense of finances or anything like that. I'm talking about like simple things, like you have a bunch of errands that you want to run today. You have 4 kids that have driver's license. Why don't you have some of them run the errands for you instead of you doing them all? So it's little things like that where I definitely take after my mom. And I'm not necessarily mad at it because it definitely kind of put me ahead of all of my friends, especially when I moved out here by myself for college. And a lot of my friends were like, you're a lot more mature than most people our age. And that's all because of her.
Period.
And taking, accountability for your stuff and not having other people do it for you. So thank you for that trait, Mother.
Period.
All right. What is your favorite thing that your mom makes?
Food-wise?
Yep.
Because I was like, makes me. The fuck? She made
Goodbye. Goodbye.
My favorite dish to this day that my mom makes is jambalaya. She makes a big pot. I took it to school one time and fed my class, and they were like, do you have more? And I'm like, yes.
Now, do you have more?
Yeah. I love my mom's jambalaya.
Jambalaya is fire. I have not tried your mother's. That just means that I need a plate, so...
I'll talk to her.
But it is summertime, so, maybe that's a fall/winter dish. Some people don't make certain things.
Oh, like people who don't make chili in the summer?
Yeah, me.
What about your chili cheese dogs?
Well, that's a different story.
Okay.
because I'm not making my mom's chili, which is my favorite thing that my mom makes. She has two things that are my favorite. It's the chili, because she has a chili recipe that is like nobody else's, and she trusted me enough to give it to me.
We love that.
And I think that everybody loves my mom's chili because that's the chili that I make, and everybody loves my chili. So
It's good chili.
I was gonna say, can you not vouch for it?
I can. I can.
And then also, just my favorite thing that my mom makes, period, is dirty rice.
She just had that the other day too.
I make well, I don't make it exactly like my mom. I make mine just a little bit more spicier than hers, but I make it just like her. And it's a little bit different than most people and how they make their dirty rice. So those would be my favorite things that my mom makes. And my mom always gets mad every time I come home because she never gets to make it.
Why?
Because I always want to eat out and eat at all my favorite restaurants that I don't get to eat.
Roberto's.
Exactly. So I'm like, damn.
I don't know who I was talking to, but I was talking about some carne asada fries, and I was like, oh, that sounds fire right now. Like, for real, for real.
I think I might make some soon. Because they're not that hard to make. Especially if you know what you're doing. They're pretty, Okay, so are there any mothers that you want to shout out on the podcast that you're cool with, that you want to wish a happy Mother's Day to?
Oh my God, yes. Okay, so I have a list. So shout out to Jamie, shout out to Annie, shout out to Shar, shout out to my mom, shout out to my grandma, shout out to my cousin Kaylin, shout out to Jalen, shout out to Gabby, shout out to Shaylee, shout out to Sasha, our mom, shout out to that's where my mind blanked. Shout out to all y'all and the rest that I could not think about. Love you, my aunts. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Happy Mother's Day. You all are wonderful.
Where is the music at the acceptance award where the run is going too long and they start playing the violin or the soft orchestra music? I was like, I need a little music to start playing. I was like, this girl is really going.
You shouldn't have given me the option to.
I didn't realize it was that many. Damn. No, I'm glad that you shouted all of them out.
My sister Thalia.
That I was about to say, you forgot her. I thought she would be one of the first ones that you said. I want to shout out my best friend Dominique. I also want to shout out my mom, my stepmom, my aunts, my grandparents, my cousins, all of those people. Friend-wise, Paris. She's a more recent mom. Shout out to her.
Shout out Paris.
Also shout out to another friend who I'm recently friends with, who is pregnant. And I think that if you're pregnant, you're technically a mom from the moment that you're pregnant. So, shout out to Sophia. And I can't wait for your bundle of joy to come into the world. And who else do I want to shout out? Everybody else, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm really terrible with remembering names and things like that when you get put on the spot to have to shout people out, even though I'm the one that came up with the showrunner.
That's the gag.
I know. But I'm glad you said Sasha because I literally have her next here. Shout out to Sasha. I think that it's very important that everybody gives all mothers their flowers, and gay moms and drag moms are equally as important as biological moms. They help to shape and to guide people of all ages, because think about it, most gay moms don't necessarily get a child when they're at a young impressionable age.
It's when they're older
and whole ass adults, and you're like, Sasha helped form me into the drag queen that I am today. I could not have done it at all without her. Well, I'm not going to say I could not have done it because, when the hustle is in you, the hustle is in you. I would have made it work.
She said, I want that money.
Exactly. However, it would have been a lot harder for me to get where I am without having Sasha and without having her teach me the game and how to basically know my worth and be able to elevate and continuously grow and give the people what they want, so that way they always want me around. So shout out to you, Sasha. I love you, Boots. And we are so thankful for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mom.
Yes, yes. Now, one last question.
Go for it.
Could you see yourself becoming a drag mom?
Maybe down the line. You know, not yet, though. Like, I'm still focusing on me. Like, it's still my time. I feel like once, like, you know how Sasha's like, she's like, I have a legacy. And she can pass that on. That's where I want to be before, like, I start to actually start the House of Booty Shorts or whatever.
I was just about to say House of Booty Shorts. And then once you do have the House of Booty Shorts, I need all of your children to be named different types of shorts. So you literally could have pink booty shorts, denim booty shorts, hoochie booty shorts. Like, literally, those are all your kids, different types of booty shorts.
I live. Okay, period.
Yeah, and you are the princess of booty shorts.
Me and all my booty shorts.
You and all your booty shorts. The closet.
The house of closet. Oh my God. What about you? Do you want children? Do you have children on the line?
Who turned off that light?
Whoever was disrespectful.
Because the light definitely just turned off by itself.
Is it? Do you want to go like try and plug it in?
It is plugged in.
Oh.
It was just done.
It was. So the lighting changed. This is the reason why.
And no shade, I'm not going to touch it. We're going to leave it as is.
Period.
Because I'm not really mad at it. I can see on the camera and we still look good.
Sickening. So do you have any kids popping out soon?
No. Here's the thing. I'm going to be very frank with you guys. I have such a phenomenal drag mother that the bar has been set very high of what a drag mom is to me. And I don't want to be a drag mom unless I can provide that same type of mentorship and I don't know. And until I can pour into someone how Sasha has poured into me, I don't necessarily want to have a drag kid yet. And right now I am on an incline, a steady incline, and I'm focused on me and making sure that I can secure the bags, because what happens is you got to realize that if you're securing the bags, you can leave a legacy behind. And the thing that has Sasha beat over just about all you hoes, her mindset is, I am building an empire. I'm taking these gigs so that way I can give the gigs to my daughters. So that way I can make sure that they are booked out and literally the House of Love is everywhere. So I think for me personally, I would love to be a drag mom, but it's just not my time because I'm not there yet in my drag where I can give my kids what Sasha has given me.
That's fair.
Us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know who, we were at work together and she was talking to someone. She might have been talking to you. I don't know. But she was like, there's one thing about my kids is they can perform. And I was like,
she was talking to me.
It's like I'm with her when I'm not with her.
Yeah. She's no lies, though. No lies were told. All right. Well, that has been our topic for the day. I think now it's time to get a little high.
I'm so ready.
And I got a new bong, so I want to smoke out of the bong. With that being said, like we discussed on that last episode, going forward, we will not be showing our smoke sessions here. They will be exclusively on our Patreon. So if you want to continue the podcast, you got two options. You can listen to the audio version, which is on all streaming platforms, where you will get the raw, uncut, unedited, unfiltered podcast, so you can enjoy the full, what was last week, an hour and 40-minute podcast?
No, it was like 2 hours.
No, it was an hour and 40 minutes. I edited it, baby. It was an hour and 40 minutes.
I had someone that was listening, but they're like, it's literally like 2 hours.
Okay, we can pull it up right now because it's definitely an hour and 41 minutes. I'm sorry.
Wait, why would you ask me if you're the one who edited it? Like,
Because I just wanted you to give me a yes for the conversation, not to argue it and say, no, it was 2 hours. I had somebody that, bitch, I edited. I know how long
well,
the
you
damn
fucked up.
podcast is.
You fucked up then.
I just needed you to say, yeah. That's all. That's all I was looking for at the moment. Are you looking for it? Because I have it right here.
You can go if you want.
It's an hour and 41 minutes.
You are correct. It is an hour and 41 minutes. Confirmed. You got what you want in the end. Are you happy? Are you happy?
I just wanted you to just say it right away. We could have avoided all of that.
Oh, my gosh. My Lanta.
Anyway, what was I just saying before? Oh, yeah. So if you want to enjoy the full long-ass podcast, go ahead and listen to the audio. You can also watch the full podcast, including the smoke session, on the Patreon. But if you're watching on YouTube, it's time for us to go.
We'll see you in a bit.
We'll see you in a couple seconds. It'll be real quick. You won't even notice, but you will miss out on probably like 30 minutes of content. So we'll see you.
What lip gloss are you wearing?
Your man's come.
And this has been Two Queens, One Lip. Bye.
All right, you guys. Welcome back. Hello, YouTube. It's good to see ya. We are now nice and high and ready to get into some Reddit stories. But before we do that, YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, all those wonderful things. And then don't forget, check us out on Patreon so you can see that smoke session we just had, or watch or listen to the audio. All right. Also, what do you think about this? What if we started taking write-ins?
Like, people asking us questions?
Yeah, like questions or advice, kind of like how we do the Reddit stories.
Yes, let's do that. That sounds like fun.
Perf. So we are going to start taking write-ins. You can send your question, your advice that you need, or whatever you want to share with us. We'll just pull one per episode. Whatever you want to share with us, whatever you want to get off your chest. We'll read it. If you want it to be anonymous, just say anonymous, keep it anonymous, and we promise we will keep it anonymous. But if you can give us your pronouns and your age, that would be appreciated. So that way, if it is a situation where we're giving advice, at least people can get an idea of, who we're talking to.
Yeah.
Without giving away your tea. So, yeah, you can send that to our email. Our email is twoqueens1blonde@gmail.com, and that is spelled out just like the podcast, TWO. I was going to spell it out, but then I was like, bitch, I'm not.
Honestly, I was like, is it the numbers or the letters?
Nope, it's the letters, TWO, and then. Okay, I always want to say 0. I know, it's so crazy, but whenever it comes to O, I always want to say 0.
That's interesting.
That's real interesting. All right. So, are you ready to get into some Reddit stories?
Let's do it.
Well, since we discussed
Reddit.
not that. Since we discussed Mother's Today and Mother's Day and things like that, I thought that it would be fitting if all of our Reddit stories circled around mothers.
Mother.
Yes, these can be mother-in-laws. These can be their mothers, their children's mothers, just mothers in general.
Period. Let's go.
All right. Well, I think that we are going to start off. On a scale from 1 to 10, how juicy do you want to start off?
Let's start off mild and juicier.
Okay, let's start off very basic. This was posted 10 days ago. Would I be the asshole for wanting to celebrate Mother's Day early?
Okay, let's see.
All right. Hi, everyone. Using a throwaway because I know at least one of my siblings likes here and knows my Reddit username. I'm going to use fake names. We have my sister Anna, 26 female, and my brother Luke, 22 male. Also, I'm 24 male, in case that factors into any judgment. I don't know if it's the same worldwide, but here in the US, Mother's Day is set to be celebrated on May 14th. No, it's not. No. It is set to be celebrated on May 14th for Mother's Day in America. I was saying no, it's not too. It's not celebrated on May 14th everywhere in the world.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm high.
I was like,
I realized, damn, I just said no, it's not, but I didn't explain at all what I was saying it to. Anyway, I love my mom. We get along great, and I would love nothing more than to celebrate and show my appreciation for her. I've got a gift finished in my wood shop, and I'm hitting the butcher the morning of the celebration for some steaks with asparagus and a bunch of other good stuff. Despite this exposition, the conflict is actually between my siblings and me, really one of them only. See, a couple days before Mother's Day, a new video game for my favorite series releases. Many of you probably know the one that I'm talking about. As a result, I'm taking the day off work Friday and planning on spending the weekend completely engrossing myself into the game. I told my siblings that it would be awesome to celebrate Mother's Day a week early on May 7th so that I can both honor my mother and dive into the game on opening weekend. Today is May 7th.
yeah.
He wanted to, I wonder if they celebrated today. We're going to have to see if there's an update. Anna told me she was cool with it and is down to do whenever, but Luke thinks celebrating the day matters and told me as much. He said it's selfish to put a game over mother. I do see where he's coming from, really. I just don't agree, I guess, given that Mother's Day is a Hallmark holiday. The day it is celebrated isn't that important in my eyes. If it were Christmas or something, sure, I wouldn't move anything around like this. But the way I see it, Mother's Day is the 14th this year simply because it is. With that in mind, I told Luke, why can't it just be on the 7th instead? I know he's got his gift ready to go. He doesn't have conflicting plans. I asked him directly. Sorry, I had to scroll. And she's high. And it's at my place, so I'm not putting him out or anything. It's just something he's more comfortable doing the day off from my read on it. Also, we are all local to one another, so no one is making any big travel plans or anything like that. I haven't brought it up to my mother or my father yet because Luke's apprehension made me second guess if I'm being overly pragmatic. So, would I be the asshole?
I mean, I understand, but like, it's just a game. Like, you're not going to be there for 24 hours. Once you get home, you can go back into playing the game. So I understand no and yes. But it's
Do you
also
know the
just-
game that he's talking about?
Yeah, the new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild the next.
Got you.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Did you ask your mom to move around Mother's Day?
I mean, my family does holidays whatever days it works for us. Like, for real.
So
Christmas
it wouldn't be a
is,
problem.
yeah, Christmas isn't always on Christmas. I think it was like the week before. Yeah.
Okay. Very, very interesting. Top comment here. It says, you're the asshole. Good Lord, it's a video game. Grow up. Don't let your mom know that she takes second place to a game in your eyes, because that's what it's going to feel like to her. No matter how many times she might say it's fine, it's not fine. You straight up admit a game is more important that weekend. Geez, either celebrate Mother's Day or don't, but stop all this pushing it back for a stupid game. He didn't push it back, he pushed it forward, actually. I'm sorry, playing devil's advocate here. honestly, I don't think that this person is the asshole, simply because he's not wrong. He said, given that Mother's Day is a Hallmark holiday, the day it's celebrated on isn't important in my eyes. Literally, he's only celebrating it on the 14th because it's simply on the 14th that year. Mother's Day always changes.
Yeah.
It's never on the same day. So, I agree with him. Why are y'all making a big deal out of this? Like, it's, oh, this is the day. Bitch, celebrate your mom whenever.
All the time. Every day, actually.
Yeah. So, I personally don't, it's not giving asshole to me, but I could see where it's giving get your priorities in check.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you're doing this for a video game. You're not doing this for like, I don't know, a job or a vacation that you had planned and you didn't realize that it happened to fall on the same day or something like that. So, I don't know. There is edit.
Okay.
The edit says, can't believe I didn't put this in, but if I bring it up to my mom and she would rather do it on the 14th, I'm more than willing to relent. I just wouldn't want to put her in an awkward position by asking if this was an unfair request. So it sounds like he pretty much understands that if his mom wants to celebrate it on the 14th, he's going to celebrate it on the 14th. He is just operating off of the mindset of a closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Yeah. So, which I feel like the fact that he's willing to like compromise and be like, well, my mom wants that, that's what doesn't make him an asshole.
Right.
If he was not willing to budge, I'm like, okay. But he needs his priorities checked.
Definitely priorities still need to be checked, but I don't think that he is the asshole. It doesn't seem like the comments agree, though. The second highest rated comment, and mind you, this was all posted 10 days ago, so it's already been signed, sealed, delivered on if he is the asshole or not. But this comment says, you're the asshole. Dude, come on, it's a video game. Keep in mind that everyone in the States will be doing stuff with their mom that day and posting about their moms, and your mom would be doing nothing. Why? Because you want to play a video game. It's not a great feeling. I get that you want to offer to do it the week before, but come on, you should really prioritize your mom on this day and putting her before what you may want to do. You can play the game the 2 preceding days, which it sounds like you've been prioritizing it over work, so you'll have plenty of time.
They are reading him.
I mean, I get what they're saying, though. Like I said, it is a video game. So it's like, you could literally play the video game at your mom's house.
Literally.
Like,
it's on the Switch. Like, stop playing. Shit's portable. I take it everywhere.
So it's like, I get it. But at the same time, I still don't think he's the asshole. I don't. I think that he's selfish and inconsiderate, but I don't think that he's being an asshole because, like you said earlier, if his mom said, no, I want to do it on the 14th, and he said, oh, well, then if you want to do it on the 14th, I can't do it. Sorry, I'm going to miss you this year. Guess there's no Mother's Day celebration. That would be an asshole. Yeah. So I say not the asshole. You say?
Not the asshole. Just get your shit together.
The vote's in. Not the asshole. To us, at least.
To us.
Because I'm pretty sure everybody that commented that he was the asshole that hears this is going to be like, what the fuck? How do you guys not think that he's an asshole? All right. Are you ready to move on to another one?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't scroll. My finger has a little bit of nail glue in it. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my former stepmother to go fuck herself?
Former stepmother. All right, let's hear it.
All right. Last week, I was back in my hometown. I'm sorry. I'm struggling so bad to scroll down. There we go. Last week, I was back in my hometown helping a friend take his truck to a dealership. While it was in the shop, we went and got lunch at a pretty popular spot, and we got sat next to my former stepmother and former stepbrother. My ex-stepbro and I don't talk, but he's close with my younger sibling because for 8 years they lived together. I was older and really never had a connection with him. I caught my dad cheating on my mother with my now ex-stepmom when I was 12. A year later, he left us for her, moved a block away into her house, and shit sucked for a while. Life was a big slap in the face for a while, and I worked through high school and college to support my mom and brother because my dad didn't think it was his problem, and my former stepmother encouraged that. Later, my ex-stepmom cheated on my dad and left him. All good in my opinion. That relationship needed to end.
Screaming.
Anyway, she interrupted our meal and asked me how I was, and I looked her in the eye and asked her what the fuck she thought she was doing. She said, just saying hi. I looked at her and then at my former stepbro and said, hey, stepbro's name. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. He's a civilian. Oh, I wonder if this is a military guy. Because he put in parentheses, he's a civilian. Shook his hand. And typically when people talk like that, they're military people.
Maybe, or like he's not a part of the issue at hand. Like,
oh, yeah. His war is not with him. It's with, okay, thank you. My dumbass. Anyway, shook his hand and ignored them. She tapped my arm and said, what, am I invisible? And I lost it, to be honest. I looked at her and said, you can go fuck yourself. Don't speak to me. I don't want to talk to you. Who the fuck do you think you are? Why on earth would you ever think that I want to talk to you now that I don't legally have to? She said that she said that she was just being polite. And I asked her if she was still fucking married guys. My friend asked for the check. We left. He was cool about it. He remembers what my home life was like, but my brother thinks that I was too harsh. My dad thinks that I created drama for nothing. My wife thinks that it was embarrassing even though she wasn't there. Personally, I still think she can go fuck herself.
cuss them out now. Yes.
Absolutely. We stand by that.
Yeah.
Cuss them out now.
You can process this later, but like, nah, she deserved it. She deserved to be cussed out. You went through hardships because of her and your father's discretion. So fuck what your father thinks too, because he was an asshole too. Ask your mom what she thinks, and if she says that you were in the right, you were in the right.
Very that.
That's what you got to do.
Very that. Stand by your mom. You should always ride for your mom, and homegirl can go fuck herself.
We endorse that.
All right, let's get into the top comment here. Top comment, ha ha ha, not the asshole, tell it like it is.
Period. We endorse that too.
Okay. After that, the next top comment says, that's how I feel, but after talking to this is the OP. This is the OP responding back to the top comment.
Okay.
He says, that's how I feel, but after talking to my wife, I really think that I should have just been polite and left instead of explosive.
No.
Because then you would have been holding on to that feeling.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it
And
go.
then also, okay. I understand what you're saying. And I understand what your wife is saying as well. Maybe you should have been a little bit more polite in your delivery. You did go in, but I'm also a bitch that goes in. I'm not about to sit here and sugarcoat something. You know I don't like you. Why would you even put me in a situation to have to talk to you? If you know somebody does not like you, steer clear, bitch.
It's not that hard.
It's not. You're in a whole restaurant. Yes, unfortunately, you did get seated next to the person. However, you already know this person has a negative thought about you. So wave, give a little hey from across where you're sectioned at. You literally got up and came over. Even though you were right next to him, you still came over to his section to the point where you're able to touch him.
Yeah, keep your hands to yourself.
Like, what? Girl, you got some nerve, so you deserved to get cussed out like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that he should feel bad about it. I do understand it, though, because after I go off on people, I feel so bad about it. But then I have to realize, no, fuck that, because then I would have been mad that I didn't say it.
And verbatim, that's exactly the thought.
Mm-hmm. So always, always, always stand up for yourself. And if that means protecting your energy because someone thinks that after causing trauma or causing drama or causing a mess of some sort in your life, they think that they could just come back in and talk to you whenever, talk to you however, act like nothing happened. No, protect your energy, and you don't have to be polite. You don't. You don't owe anyone politeness. However, you do want to treat people how you want to be treated, so keep that in mind.
So if you do some fuck shit, be ready to get cussed out.
Exactly. So, there are some edits. There are only like sentences, but it's like 3 edits here, so I'm going to read them all together really quickly.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read them all back to back to back. Edit. My friend also thought that it was extreme, even though he was understanding. Wow, this blew up. I probably won't be able to respond to a lot of the comments, but thanks to everyone for taking the time to respond. Used civilian. Okay, I'm glad somebody else mentioned this. So glad. He said use civilian as the way of saying he's not involved, not to address anyone's military status. None of us are in the military. Pretty sure that was clear for almost everyone, though. Yep. Well, 50-50. You had one bitch who got it, and you had somebody who, I'm a military brat, so, my immediate thought was, oh, I wonder if he's military. Anyway, the post was posted 4 days ago, and there is a vote on it. I think that everyone is pretty much in agreement here.
You're not the asshole.
Yeah. So sleep easy, my friend, and tell your wife, though she may be right and she may be steering you in the right direction, because you know that's her role in your life to do. You always want to support your man, uplift him, and all that great stuff. She don't need to be feeling embarrassed when she wasn't even there. Like,
it had nothing to do with her.
Right. Like, don't be, I had to let her know how I felt. As long as you weren't yelling at the lady, which you probably were if you were cussing her out. No shade. But, I don't know. I hate when people be like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. Bitch, you weren't there.
Why do you have to be embarrassed? Like,
literally.
That was a choice. Like, at that point, you chose.
You chose to be embarrassed. Nobody there knew who I was. Nobody, well, they did because he was back in his hometown. But she doesn't live in a hometown. This was on a trip. He was back in his hometown, so the wife doesn't even live there. So why are you embarrassed?
Thank you.
Oh, well, maybe the wife is from there, though. I don't know. Point is, don't be getting embarrassed over shit that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Nope.
It don't have nothing to do with you. All right, should we move on?
Yeah.
This one was posted 12 days ago. Am I the asshole for suing my mother and her husband over child support payments?
Ooh.
We're going to read it.
Good luck, Charlie.
Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, this is a story that continued from a previous off my chest story. To break it down, I have a terrible dog allergy, and during my childhood and teen years, my mother decided that it would be smart to not only get 1 but 4 dogs. through that, she managed to completely isolate me from my family, and I couldn't leave my room whenever I was home since the dogs were allowed wherever, and I couldn't stay in the room with them without being unable to breathe and constantly sneezing. I lived like this for 4 years before I had enough and moved into my university campus. My mother fought for me to stay, not because of me, but because she would miss my dad's child support payments since she was legally required to give them to me now. Our relationship became pretty frosty, but at one point we sat down and had a conversation, and I thought things were now okay. She continues to pay me monthly, and I have a decent job, so I managed to find a place of my own. Well, over the last few months, I found out that my mother wasn't paying the full support to me. It was about 200 euros less than it should have been, which she kept. I confronted her and told her that I needed the money for uni.
Here we go again.
I'm sorry. Ebony, uni means university.
The more you know.
Did you just lose a nail on the microphone? Not the spirit of Ebony got you together real quick. She said, bitch, not too much. Okay, oh, damn. And I hate when people write like this because then when you lose your spot, you really lose your spot. Okay, I confronted her and told her that I needed the money for uni and my apartment, but she claimed that she's already paying me more than enough and that I need to get my spending habits under control. I told her I can't work full time because of my degree, but she simply didn't care. Since that money legally belongs to me, I decided to talk to a lawyer about suing her for the amount she owes me and the one she kept for herself all my life. Oh, like a trust fund situation?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I went through it, and we are now settling this through court. Hold on, let me scroll down. I am really okay. I'm really struggling. All right. My mom's husband begged me to drop it and said he would pay me around 1,000 euro as compensation, and that I need to think about the fact that they still have to pay off their house, that the dogs need food, that he has to support my sisters, etc. Even my dad told me I was being too harsh on my mother. I simply don't care about that woman who's isolated me my whole childhood. Am I the asshole?
Y'all need to stop traumatizing your kids, because no, you're not an asshole. Like,
That part.
literally, you're... Oh, that's so horrible. Can you imagine just being stuck in your room for 4 years?
Yeah, I could. I kind of did it, but it wasn't like this situation. It was by choice. I like to be by myself, so I was in my room all the time.
Fair.
But if it was a situation like this, I would be miserable.
Absolutely. Like, you leave your room, you're sneezing, you can't breathe, congested.
And then as a mom, like, how do you have a kid that you know is allergic to dogs and you go and get 4 dogs?
Not 1, not 2, 4.
Crazy. Very crazy. And I mean, of course, I could tell you right away I don't think this person's the asshole.
No.
I do think it is pretty intense to sue your mom. Like, that's some real fuck you pay me shit.
You're a Capricorn.
Okay. But would I do it? I don't know. Would you?
No.
I don't.
But also, like, my mom wouldn't do shit like
I was
this.
just going to say, I don't think my mom would do that. I'm like, because literally, I was not in this situation, but I was in a situation where my mom was getting child support. And then once I was 16, no, I think around 15 is when I got my own bank account. That's when she had my dad just start putting it directly
into your account.
Instead
sense.
of hers. So I don't think that this mom has the best intent for her child.
No.
Because let's not forget, you got 4 dogs when
Like,
your child
they're
is
probably not
allergic.
even hyperallergenic. Like, you're probably like golden retrievers.
They're definitely not. The person said that they can't be in the room without being able to not breathe. So that means this person has tried to be in the room with the dogs. And you know that he has an allergic reaction. So that probably happened at the first dog.
What if they got them 4 at the same time?
Oh, I hope there are so many updates on this or edits on this. So I hope that is discussed. How did you get these dogs? Top comment though, not the asshole. I find it comical that you were told to get your spending under control by the people who are stealing your money to be able to afford dog food for the dogs that are the reason you had to move out in the first place.
And that's true tea. Like bars.
There's a lot of updates, so maybe we should just jump into the updates first. Update number 1. I have 3 sisters. Not I put 2 fingers up.
3 sisters.
Not too much on me, bitch. I have 3 sisters, and I'm the oldest brother. The only thing I'm concerned about is losing them in the process because I know I have to go no contact once this is settled. She's already been calling me nonstop, and I blocked her number, and she's been using my sisters to contact me. She's a really good manipulator, so I really worried and am wondering if this is all worth it. That was edit 1. Edit 2 is pretty lengthy. Originally added as a comment, hey guys, thanks for all the comments. This really is giving me a lot of reassurance that I am doing the right thing. I can't thank everyone individually, but all the well wishes mean the world to me and show me I am not alone in this mess. I didn't expect as much support, but it means a lot. Can't lie about the fact that I've been scrolling all day and since then felt a lot better. As to some of the questions, my sisters are 18, 12, and 9. The oldest is my stepsister, daughter of my mom's new husband. The other 2 are my half siblings. They mean the world to me. I feel very protective of them, and I did everything I could in my situation to be a good brother to them. At the moment, I am also trying to support my oldest younger sister with her wish to move out. She might move in with me. I hope I can keep contact through them in secret or through my grandma. I am very scared of losing my youngest sister. To the Germans in the comments, I get baffled.
We're not German.
I kind of want to look it up though. Anyway, my parents are both really well off, and I tried multiple times explaining my situation. I don't get anything that would support me. I apply. Okay, wait, I think that's like the equivalent of emancipated.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's giving. Context clues. I applied for a Wangel Bolshing. Anyway, and I am waiting for the results of that. So yeah, I think that's basically like an emancipation.
Okay.
I've been working since I was 16, and before moving out, my mom did take part of my money for rent. So there is a pattern. My mom managed the child support, and my dad is a very, let's just keep it the way that it always has been type of guy. So he just keeps paying my mom and trusted her to give it to me, even when I told him I don't get anything. I am very happy with the rational comments I am receiving because I catch myself still trying to excuse her behavior. I love my parents dearly. I love my family. I don't want to be in this situation, but at the same time, I don't see what else I can do. Thank you for your support. I promise to keep posting updates.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Also,
She did it.
I did that. It wasn't a bad read. Definitely a messy situation, though.
Like, damn.
And I'm definitely going to keep this one saved since he is currently going through the settlement process. He said he promises to keep us updated. So when we do our when now I need to grow the fuck up. When we do our
Shut up. Go to your room right now.
update episode, we'll try and keep this one included. Hopefully there's an update by then. I'm high. You can't blame me.
Anyway.
Everything amuses me when I'm high.
Childlike wonder. I have a foot long.
$5
foot long.
which is the biggest lie, but whatever.
Yeah, no, mine was like $12.50, but I got 2.
Yeah, I got your message about it, but I was in the middle of eating my crab oil.
Screaming.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna eat after this because I'm kind of hungry. Anyway, last one.
Yeah.
This one was posted 1 month ago.
Ooh.
Am I the asshole for having my mother-in-law arrested?
Oop. Spill the tea. Spill it.
So I work 2 jobs and it blows because I make more than enough to be comfortable at my first job. I had to get a second job when my wife's family basically lost their home and I had to give in and let them move in. I wouldn't have minded if they would have settled for the guest house, but no, they said it made them feel unwanted. So she asked
Hold on.
Bitch, okay.
A guest house? You get your own motherfucking house and you don't want it because you feel this is red flag number 1.
Bitch, if you're staying with me and I have a guest house, that's the only option of where you can stay.
You're not staying in the main house.
And if you're not staying in the guest house, well, bitch, I guess you're not staying here.
Be glad we don't have a guest house.
I digress. Let's get through this.
Don't come into my house if I have a guest house.
Because that's crazy to me. That it
Sir,
feels
I'll
unwanted.
come live in your guest house.
So my aunt, R.I.P. to a real one, she used to have a guest house, and it was the first experience like with a guest house that I ever had in my life. When I say that is the coolest shit, why wouldn't you want to stay in the guest house?
Literally.
Anyway, let's get through this because we're only stuck on the first little tidbit of tea. All right. So she asked my wife if we would help her with groceries, and my wife, not only wanting to say no, said that we would. I was furious because I had told her I had quite a bit to pay this month on top of the food for Easter that I had to foot on top of all the stuff for the kids. It was insane. So I said no and pretty much left it at that. She then tells me her mom is in the car ready to go, so I might as well get right with it. At this point, because I rather avoid the fight, what would come, and honestly, I felt guilty. I have the means, so why shouldn't I help? So I said, what about $150 for the week? And if she needed more help, we would revisit after I pay the bills needed to be paid. I thought that she would be upset, but she said, okay. Then get home and I found out my phone went off notifying me a withdrawal was made a short time before we had got home. It was for over $300. And I'm like, what the hell? Her mom said I had said it was okay when that was not true. I blow up because I couldn't spare that money. She has a condition that needs very intense physical therapy twice a week for 6 months, and I'm paying out of pocket for it. Every cent I make is budgeted to the last penny. She needs this therapy because in 6 months, if she doesn't respond to it, then it's surgery as a last resort. I'm trying so hard to save every extra dollar I can. So if this was the road we have to go down, then I want to be able to take off for a few weeks to make at least to be a few weeks to at least be there for her. This was a setback I couldn't afford, and I was livid. She would betray us like this when she needs something. I have given it, no matter how much I knew that it would hurt me. I had enough and called the cops. When they asked if I wanted to press charges, I did. And now my wife is beyond livid that I would do this to her family. She thinks I could have simply spoken to her about it and asked for her to pay it back. Now I feel a little guilty, but am I really the asshole for going straight to pressing charges without talking to my wife? I feel she would have talked me out of it. Am I the asshole?
She definitely would have talked you out of that because that's her mom. And she technically did steal from you. So it's just going to cause drama in your life. But I honestly think you're an asshole. But at the same time, that's extreme.
I'm tapping my nails while I process. Because
You could have just gotten her arrested. You pressed charges too. That's petty.
okay, because that's where I'm at. So my mindset is this. I definitely would have called the police. That bitch definitely would have got arrested. I definitely would have had her, like, literally go down to the jail and be arrested. And then when they asked, do I want to press charges? I would have said, let me sleep on it. She would have been in the jail, and then I would have said no.
Yeah, I think you crossed the line when you press charges.
Yeah.
Because you know she poor already. Like, she ain't got shit. She stayed in your house.
He caused a bigger problem for himself because he's going to have to pay her bill.
Yeah, you're dumb. You're not an asshole. You're just dumb.
So it's like, I'm torn because, yes, I agree. She crossed the line. She betrayed your trust. You're already doing so much for her. She's already crossed the line by thinking that she had a choice to stay in the main house instead of the guest house.
Let's circle back on that.
Okay.
How dare you?
You have a whole ass guest house that you could be having to yourself, but you want to be all in my ass crack. The fuck?
Is it only the mom or is it anyone else?
It says the family. And it doesn't go into detail of who all is in the family. So it could be the mom, the mom's husband, an aunt that's with her, I don't know, grandkids. It could be a lot, or it could just be the mom.
She needs to get cussed out.
I agree. Let's hold on, it won't scroll. Okay. Top comment. Everyone here sucks. Your wife shouldn't ask you to have 2 jobs to support her family. Let's circle back to that because I forgot he started this whole thing off with he makes more than enough with his 1 job. Mind you, he clearly makes more than enough because the motherfucker got a guest house. That part. So, yeah, I'm not. I would have did it too. I'm not pressing charges on her, but I definitely would have got her arrested.
I would have gotten arrested.
Yeah. Because I'm literally inconveniencing my life so that you could live comfortably, and you're taking advantage of me and my home. So that means you're taking advantage of my safe space. You're betraying my trust and my safe space. Oh, bitch, it's a wrap. You're going to jail because if you don't go to jail, I'm going to whoop your ass. So would you rather I beat your mother up or would you rather she goes to jail?
And you're already going through physical therapy, so you probably should take the jail option.
Yeah. I'm sorry, let me finish reading the comment. I only got through that one sentence and I was like, because I completely forgot that he said he picked up a whole other job just to take care of her family.
Fuck that.
So everyone sucks here. Your wife shouldn't have asked you to have 2 jobs to support her family. Your in-law, for obvious reasons. You, a little bit, the least of them all, for not giving a heads up to your wife first. Agreed. Anyway, I hope everything gets sorted out for you. It's past time. It's past time to let your in-laws fend for themselves. I 100%. Oh my gosh. What is happening right now?
What did she do?
I just exited it out of. Okay, there we go. I 100% agree with that comment because when the OP asked the question is, now I feel a little guilty, but am I really the asshole for going straight to pressing charges without talking to my wife? That's the question. Yes, you are the asshole. When you are married, you need to operate as one. There should never be a decision, life-changing decision that is made by just one of you. The only time that should happen is if one of you is unfortunately in the hospital and you can't make decisions at that time. But there should never be a life-altering decision made by one person in a married couple. So yes, you are the asshole for that.
But for pressing charges?
No.
Just extreme.
Extreme. Because I would have got that bitch arrested. I don't know if I would have pressed charges though. But I definitely would have got her arrested. OP did respond to that first comment though. Top comment.
Okay.
OP says, I really do agree with you. It has been a nightmare ever since they moved in. My wife always excuses it with, we have the means, so why shouldn't we help? It's asinine. She views it this way. All the while, I can't spend time with my kids, and I'm called a deadbeat behind my back for it by my mother-in-law because he's working those 2 jobs.
She's gotta go. She's gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
And the wife can too. Very that though.
What in the hell? I feel like now your wife's low-key gaslighting you.
Yeah, she's gaslighting. She's the problem. She gotta go too. No shade, lock her up too.
Compliance.
Because she probably knew about it.
That's a gag.
Think about it. Let's think about it, okay? Really, really think about it. Your wife's mother decides, I'm going to take $300, twice the amount that I was told I could, and I'm going to get away with it and nobody's going to be mad. No, I'm pretty sure she discussed it with her daughter, and that's why the daughter acted like everything was fine when he said 150.
Okay.
And she probably told her, just go ahead and do it.
You ain't slick. We onto you.
So locked both of them hoes up. And the father too. Well, no.
He ain't do nothing.
We'll leave the father-in-law alone for now. For now.
Slip up once and you're gone.
It's a wrap. He's still got to move out though. Or at least go to the guest house.
Go to the guest house.
And stop taking care of them. They can live in the guest house. You don't have to take care of them.
They're adults.
They are adults. And nothing on here said that they couldn't take care of themselves. It simply said they lost their home.
Why aren't y'all working?
So, yeah.
McDonald's is hiring.
That part. All right, girl. Well, we went through 4 Reddit stories. They were some good ones today, yeah.
They were good ones.
You know, I was like, let's get a little messy. Enough for us to but not too much to disrespect the mothers on Mother's Day.
Period.
So yes, this was our Mother's Day special. A special shout out to all of the moms out there, moms to be, and all of the women who are there for people who may not be their children, but they see them as them. Because you guys matter too.
Absolutely. We love you.
We love you all. Also, I do want to just remind you guys again that we have the Patreon. If you want to watch the smoke session, go ahead and watch it on there. Also, please comment below. Tell us your thoughts on the Reddit stories we've gone through on the podcast. We would love to interact with you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Write in.
Like and send us your write-ins to the email. We'll have that down in the description. I wonder if I can add that into the link tree.
You should be able to.
Yeah, we'll probably try to do that. But before we get out of here,
you can make it a Google form.
I thought about doing a Google form to keep it a little bit more anonymous. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a Google form. Comment below. Would you rather a Google form or would you rather
just
send them in
us
via email or DMs? All right. Let's manifest. What are you manifesting this week?
I'm manifesting rest. And rest.
I could see that for you. Aren't you going on vacation?
Yes, a little quick tripiana to Texas, going to Houston, since I didn't get to go in Christmas.
I literally was thinking that. I was like, I wonder if she's actually going to go this time.
Screaming. Yeah. Mad as hell.
Or if her luggage is just going to take a trip.
Even matter. What the fuck? You went to Florida too?
That was nuts. Okay, so we're manifesting rest for you. I'm going to manifest this pretty much every week until it happens, so I might as well start it now. I am manifesting working with T.S. Madison.
I endorse that.
I don't want to work for her. I want to work with her. Not to say... Not the vocals.
Stay together.
Together.
Whether you're good or you're bad, and you're half or a fag.
Come on for the remix.
That's what she says.
Oh.
She literally sang that.
I didn't hear that yet.
Oh my God. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I want to manifest working with her. I think that it would be amazing to do a podcast episode with her. I would love for her to come on our podcast. I would love to go on her show, even if it's just like a little, clip via
online virtual.
Yeah, because she does like a little Zoom or FaceTime with the people sometimes. I love T.S. Madison. She's a huge inspiration to me. So I would love to manifest working with her. And even just being in the same room with her.
Yeah.
Because, that shit matters.
That shit matters.
You want to surround yourself
with some great people.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, baby, we have gone through the question of the day. We found out that it is kind of normal to pee in the shower.
Kind of normal.
Just make sure you aim in the drain.
I actually think it's probably more normal than we say because people pee on each other.
I mean, if you're going to pee on each other, the shower is the place to do it.
Some people have like wet sheets.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line. If you're going to pee on me, you got to be in the shower.
What, would you let someone pee in you?
I think that some things don't need to be discussed on the podcast. And I think that if you want to find that out, then, DM me.
Period. Okay.
With that being said, though, remember to always lead with love, and that one blunt a day keeps the bullshit away.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. We will see you next week.
Bye. Not me. I will be gone. So you'll have fun with Boney.
Yes.
What? My brain clicked for a
second. I was going to say, what just happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so I'll miss y'all next week, but tune in for a great episode.
Period. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Deuces.
Mwah.